Let's record. Hello, merhaba. How are you? You teşekkür ederim. I will be there in a few days. Yes. Yeah, with a girl from the Ukraine who's amazing, a certified facilitator, and with Maria, who lives in Germany, but is from Russia, and me, who's from the United States, who, thanks to living in a year in Paris, I now live in Italy. So what is the international invitation that Turkey is for everyone? Teşekkür ederim. Thank you, Turkey. Love it. Love it. And I was there about 10 years ago because my girlfriend's on here. We were in classes together 10 years ago. Yeah. So what is this time of year, this time of the month that the world is waiting for and asking for? I do been 20 years ago started doing access consciousness. Have you ever heard of access consciousness before? You can find it on accessconsciousness.com. But it's about really in no answer. Access does not have the answer. That's why I love it. It only has the question that will invite you to find your quote unquote answer or awareness. And so, what are the answers we're looking for in life that if we were willing to expand, expand our mental capacities, yeah, our nervousness and our breathing, we actually will, it'll be so obvious and clear. And everyone does it in a different way, you know? Entities. When I run the bars, I just got my bars done, and I'm so happy. And I was running my girlfriend's bars afterwards, right? She's a translator too in Italian. There's always angels, not necessarily entities, but what we consider entities, but in the trees, enjoying the bars. Isn't that cool? Looking from the trees all around. So when we release all of our, contractions, right? When we release all of our fixed points of view, when we release all of our, you know, judgment, and when we are humanoids, we don't have time to judge other people. We only have time to judge ourselves. When we release all of that, who and what shows up and will show up. Yeah. And I love to be the invitation to that. I've been on today. So thank you so much, Dr. Julia. And what would you like to perceive, know, be, and receive today?
Such a magical moment for me. Time I was introduced to Access. I had taken 3 classes in just 1 month of Access. In my second month, I had received the foundation. And I had received the 3-day program with Kass on the physical
We would
aspect.
require a translation for that.
And I knew It was also
1 second only. Maria, you can't hear her? Oh, okay. Who asked about the translation?
That was me because she's speaking Turkish in
But
the room.
are you in the English room?
I'm listening to the English and I'm in the Russian room.
Yeah, so you can hear the English, right?
I hear her speaking Turkish.
Okay,
Clear.
Alicia, when you are
true.
talking in English, you've got to be in the English room so that
Yeah.
Maria can hear you.
I believe I am. Is there anyone else not hearing me?
I can hear Alicia.
I can too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone having trouble with that?
Maria, you can't hear her?
Can you say
Please.
something more,
Can you
Alicia?
say again, Alicia, please?
I asked Julia to repeat so we can take off where we just left.
Okay.
When I was in the class with Kass, it was just incredible that I had come to a point where I had to make a choice about access.
When I was in the class with Cass, I had to come to a choice where I could make a choice about what to choose with access. Did you hear her, Maria, or you just hear me? You heard her. Okay, cool. Arigato. Tashikura.
It was the body process choice that I made with Cass's class that changed everything for me. I have been in so many different, varied spiritual classes until this day. And prior to this moment, I was in a corporate world, in a corporate business for the past 10 years. I was under the operation of 150 people at the same time before that on a daily basis. And it was just that moment within meeting Cass and the system that I realized that I was actually asking questions and how that reflected and expanded both my personal life and my work life. I have attended many classes since then, and very recently I have just come back from Costa Rica. It was an incredible place. I thank Cass Thomas here from the bottom of my heart because she has made all of this very easy and possible for me to happen. How can it get better than this? And now Cass is coming back to Turkey.
I'm not coming back to Turkey. I'm not coming back to Turkey. I'm coming forward to Turkey. It's never the same, right? And this is one of the gifts that we would like to be. Go ahead, honey. Keep going, honey.
Öyle güzel bir şey. And now I'm asking you, Cass, with this Zoom, would you like to be made easier at this moment?
Do,
And today, what can we create all together at this very moment?
it's a beautiful question. And thank you for your conversation. And what year was it in? Do you remember when we did the first body class?
Of course, 7th of November, 2022.
Ah, 2022. Okay, and we're 2025. Yeah. So three is a magic number. This is what I would love to be the invitation to. I've been doing my day two of a business done different. It's an specialty access class, and the joy of business facilitators do that, and I have done it lots of times and hosted it with Simone Milicis. But my buddy that I've known for 18 years, he was here at my house 18 years ago. Also Gary Douglas, Dr. Dane, Simone Milicis, Shannon O'Hara, Grace Douglas. They were all here at the house at the bed and breakfast that I have downstairs and at my friend's house. And Christopher Hughes is now also doing lots of stuff. But it was a beautiful conversation. And he was, talking about the many things that we've done together. And what I was sharing with him and with the people in the class is that we all, no matter what we do, we all can be an invitation for this world, for this universe, for the people to go beyond their veils, beyond their masks. Do you know what that means? Who we perhaps feel like we have to be, what we have to do, or pretending that we have to be and do something, or being annoyed by people who are so limited or being limited, right? Due to politics, due to, men or women or, different religions, different, countries, different, races, colors, creeds. I'm from the US, United States, but I've been here in Italy, my husband, my second husband, for over 20 years. And the United States uh, is really interesting at the moment. And so I'm really happy to come with Violetta also. We will do a meet and greet, which is a little free 1 hour talk with two facilitators, because, Russia and the Ukraine have some, stuff going on. But what invitation, this is what I want to say. Sorry that it takes so long for me to say it. What is the invitation that we can be, that you can be, to invite people, not make them go, but invite people to expand their zone and to see, oh yeah, there is politics. Oh yeah, there's people against religion, against women, against men, blah, blah, blah. What is the invitation we can be to them to see things in a different perspective? So that even if they're with the family and friends and work and they don't have to make people wrong, but the vibration that we can invite people to is to see things from a different perspective. And this is a contribution to the planet. Our trees, the birds, the flowers, the bees, they might all go down if people are so fixed and concentrated. Does this make sense? The trees would fall. Now, it's not great for us to be here on planet Earth with no trees, no flowers, no birds, no bees. So it's not about doing, it's not only about doing, or, demanding. or, it's not only about making money, but you could make some money and you can also enjoy the vibration of the planet with your body, with your being, with your mind. Now that we're here live on planet Earth, when we invite others with different possibilities to see things in a different way, right? And it might be someone who is working in a particular religion, working in a particular political thing, working in a particular business that maybe is not kind to them, that business. We're not judging them. We're not judging the business, the religion, the politicians. We're just saying they're just doing what they feel they need to do. What are you willing to be? Who are you willing to be? What are you willing to receive? You don't have to say it that way. That's a little access way to say it. But I think everyone here has done access, so I can say it that way with you. But different ways, communication, you see that 7 steps with there, and we have the book in Turkish and in Russian and in 20 languages. Whatever way that we can be an invitation for our vibration to continue be in rhythm with the planet. And these tools can change the world. And we can invite other people to join us in a conversation with other people. What is the approach that you can have as of now, starting now, to your life, to your living, to your business, to your money, to your relationships, to your joy, right? To be in joy. And that vibration, I don't want to cry right now, but that vibration, thank you for your vibration, everyone, because my body's feeling it and I'm perceiving it. That vibration that we are being and invite others to be, not always just talking, but being that vibration that we are. We are being a gift to ourselves, to our bodies, to the planet, and to others. I hope that that makes sense. So I really love, I mean, I, do those in, we're doing the right voice for you. Any way people are able to receive it. Some people didn't like body classes. Oh no, I don't want to spend 3 days doing body work. I need to ask questions. I need to do this. That's fine. Foundation, in anything and everything that can and will be a contribution. Open your door to the right, to the left, to the north, to the south, in front and in back, and let it in. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Does that make sense, honey? Does that make sense, Dr. Julia? Yeah?
Wow, incredibly so. I can't describe. Of course, I know that the real science is energy. That's why one single word or a few words can have thousands of different meanings and vibrations all at the same time. And of course, I feel and I know what kind of vibrations this creates in my body and therefore upon the earth as well. And actually, hopefully, with your permission, I would love to share something if that's all right with you.
Absolutely.
You personally know that I have a very interesting story of my own. When I was 18 years old, when I first started my professional life. So one regional manager had stepped into our store. And I was just a part-time salesperson at the time. And that person had just said the following. I know that from this store, there will be 10 sales representatives coming directly from the store from Turkey. I know it. And I had just asked myself, I didn't have any ambition, but I had one question. I asked myself, for me to be in between the 10 people, what was possible? How could it be so? This wasn't even in my life at that time. I don't know how I asked that question. What I meant to say is, one way or another, we were always doing this. It's very natural. And this is what I find the most magical of it all, is that it reminds us of what we really do know inherently, and it brings out the truth forward. And now I could just very easily have any class from any other country and city in the world, and at the same time be connecting and communicating through Zooms everywhere around the world upon this. So everybody listening, I would love to communicate this to you without falling to any thought. If you feel something in your body or within your zone, if you feel a shift of movement and some other subtleties happening, that there is definitely a benefit and gift there for you, an invitation waiting. And there is no excuse, and there is there. You see it as a positive invitation.
Absolutely.
Glad that you're here with us right now. For
Ab-
each and every one of us.
yes. Absolutely. Lovely, lovely. Yes. And how often are people, and any of us here, how often are we concentrating first on others? What I just want to say is that a lot of times it's quote unquote easier, not ease, but easier, simpler to concentrate first on others and try and take care of others. However, just like Julia was saying, and what I always say, please first connect with you, right? And this is the first step, the first phase of the 7 steps we'll be doing with Ozlem, a prelude in Sunday, not tomorrow, but the next Sunday morning. But inviting people And it takes a bit of a while to get back to us, right? I always say, you don't have to go back to anything, right? Julia said, you're coming back to Turkey. No, I'm going forward to Turkey. The only thing I go back to is me. So are you ready? Are you willing to get back to you? Get back to your body, to your vibe. And when we do that, when we give ourselves 10 seconds, maybe a minute, and connecting with ourselves, connecting with our body, and then connecting with others, they see us, they receive us, they feel us. If we're not connected with ourselves and we're communicating with others, they're like, what are they saying? Who is that? Is everything okay with them? They're not getting the vibe. They don't ask that or think about that because they're aware of the vibration. It's just because we're not energetically, vibrationally as present with ourselves as we're trying to be with others. So everything that is, give it up. Give it up. Gift it up. Gift it up to God, Allah, Buddha, Shiva. Give it up and receive. Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, says, ask the universe to guide you to what it is you would like to and are ready to receive. Are you ready to receive you? Universe, in these 10 seconds, how can I receive me even more? Everything that doesn't allow me to perceive it, know it, be it, and receive it. Times a godzillion. Let it go. 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 Yeah. Anyway, you can't get you wrong. This is one of my quotes. You can't get you wrong. So if you're not connected with you, that's fun. That's funny. Oh my goodness. I'm not connected. I wonder what that's about. What is it that I'm aware of that I'm doing this? We can play with it. We can play with it either, in one of the, workshops and the meet and greet in the, in the session, whatever way you would like. Some people don't want to talk about things with others. That's fine. Be there. And we'd be delighted because when you are connected with you and your vibe, and that's what I like to invite people to, because I always say, and I think I told you this, there's so much more. This is a quote of the seven steps too. There is so much more that unites us than separates us, right? And so there's only like 10% maximum that's different about us than other people. Does anyone have fingers? Let's see. Anyone have anything? Oh, you got fingers. Wow. Amazing. I got fingers too. Anyone have any ears? You have an ear? Ears? Wow. Nose? Oh my goodness. Okay. You don't have lips, right? 90% the same. And often we consider that 10%, we concentrate so much on that 10% as if it were wrong, but that's your magic. That's your genius. And we will be playing with that, and not just for you, an invitation for you. But like Gary, like Dr. Dane says too, you know, sometimes you might not, people, not you, but people sometimes after a workshop or a class, it takes them like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get connected with what they received. 2 or 3 weeks is very little. I think we've all been here more than 2 or 3 weeks on the planet, so there's no wrong. It's just an invitation, and we do recordings in different languages. So how does it get any better than that? And what is the travel beyond your wildest imagination that it is now time to expand? Was that enough? Too little, too much? Too much, too little, but try again. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that and if we're not feeling very connected to ourselves, then our voice is not exactly communicating in the same way. What is the right voice for you? You see the kitty, amore. Yeah. So what is the right voice for you? If you'd like to sing, that's fine. But if you would like to be heard, first by you, and then by others and the world, connect. Now,
Something for Cass. The right classes for themselves. Is there anything that you can offer and you could say to help right direction? Is there anything that comes to your mind? Because I know that a lot of people here have heard about bars. They've heard about the foundation, perhaps of some of the body physical work. As though people are a little bit more curious at this moment about finding the right voice for you class.
each and every, so your question is, what is each and every class, right? Um, for me, is different. Even the bars class, I've done bars classes with together with people. It's different. The bars class, it's different each time. And you don't just facilitate the bars class, you or teach it, you facilitate it and you receive. And so the right voice for you is a specialty class. And I've been doing it for years. Um, maybe I guess like 15 years. And there was a great gal that I was hosting, and I was translating her into Italian. And so I took her in different places here in Italy. I was a facilitator, but I like to be the invitation for people. So, you know, and they were like, why don't you become a facilitator of that right voice for you? You've got an amazing voice. You're always singing. I was like, there's somebody great who does it. Why do I have to do it? Anyway, she was trying to get me, and then of course she was like, she came here with her husband, yeah, with her future husband. But she said to me once, we were at it was Christmas time, right before Christmas, and I was translating her here in Rome, and we were having people wanted to sing. They were doing some singing, and so I would bring them the microphone and translate what she was inviting them to. And then she said to me, this was after several years we had been doing it. She said, Cass, I know that you like to sing at Christmas time with your friends. Would you like to do a singing as well? And I was like, sometimes you think, oh, you're working, you're translating, you're hosting. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do it. So I sang my Christmas song, and everyone was like, amazing, amazing. And she said, yes, Cass, that was lovely. Now, would you like to sing that song again? I know you've sang that song a lot of times. Would you like to sing that song again as if each word, it was the first time you had ever sang it? That was an invitation to be in a different way present with your voice. So I played with that with her, and we played with that with many people. And different people who do the, you know, classes, facilitators, they have their magic, their own way of doing it. My invitation, and Maria, who's on here, we just did a Right Voice for You together in Germany in October. And she was talking about, yeah, the 3 day Right Voice for You class the other day. And each day is different. Not because it's the first day, the second day, the third day. The invitations are different and depending on who is there and what it is that they're knocking on your door, energetically asking for. But the transformation that we do and the voice that comes out expressing not only words, but a vibration and an invitation for the world. So, as I say, you cannot get you wrong. There is no one in the world on this planet that does you better than you. So when you are connected with you and your body and your vibe, that's a gift. That's the world being happy and grateful for your presence. And not only the planet, but people in the world. Even if they don't happen to see you, they get that vibe, you know? And when you speak, it's one word verbally and at least 10 words energetically. And you're the right voice for you is not always something that you listen to, but they hear it all in their body. I'm sorry if I talk too much. It's great. It's not an obligation. That's a great class. We're doing and there's different things. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Julia and I are going to be together. And so before we go, so if you would like to have any question or anything, we're here for you. And she was just in El Lugar. Hello. So send us that vibe from El Lugar. I went to Costa Rica many times. And give us the vibration of that El Lugar. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. El Lugar.
Of course, I would love to give some gifts now.
Yes.
Actually, one of the possibilities of this class was chaos. Because sometimes we may confuse chaos with other things for the purposes of creativity and creation. And we have the inkling understanding that some things can only be created when they are planned, organized, and in order. And take a wild guess whose life is created through chaos at the moment. Including even last minute choices. I am part of that choice. I am in a great deal of connection with many people and many things at the same time. And I could see that the common excuse between and the common denominator between all is when they do not choose themselves. Oh, I just found out last minute. Oh, I wish I knew before this, and I feel confused right now. Oh, I wish I knew just if it was like maybe 2 months later, I would have had my financial situation ready for this. But I would like to remind yourself this. Choice is already that which is done, which has been done. We enter different actions just for us to remember, just to remind ourselves. And be the power to change this at any and every moment. And there's nothing more powerful than the power of choice.
Hello.
This can be a class. Perhaps it could just be this Zoom meeting. And my ultimate question is, are you ready to expand and to step further than this and of what you think you know? And that's it. That's my question. Think
Is
about it.
now the time. Right? And it's okay because a lot of times it's not the time in these 10 seconds, but I will write it down and let's see what shows up. And as we go to sleep tonight, let's just connect with the body and wish the body a pleasant, in English, I call it a pleasant slumber, but a nice sleep. Because we, as spirits, infinite beings, we might be off to Jupiter and Mars that are now aligned with the planet, right? We might be off to, different places as infinite beings, as spirits, as beings. But invite the body. That is such a gift to have a nice rest. And when you wake up in the morning, good morning, body. Body, body, body. Good morning. Thank you for being here on planet Earth for me. And what can we create, be, do, generate together today? And when you're connecting with your body and your vibe, please let us know what is it that shows up. in a different way than it did the day before, you know? And, does anyone have a phone? I'm sure, I'm probably the only one that like is typing on my phone, right? Perhaps today, tomorrow, just as you're walking or you're outside, give your phone a little bit of a break. When you sit down and you're in a cafe or something like that, sure, the phone is fine, but ask your body to let you know when or who there is someone or something that you need to look and see. Who will show up for you when you are connected with you, when you have the right voice for you, when you are being your communication genius, right? As if by magic. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. And there's so many lovely people here to that if anyone would like to share something, would you like any questions? Any answers? Any hand raised? So if you have anything you would like to ask, please do not hesitate. And it's I will share with you. And I love your voice, Alicia. You got a good voice, Mamacita. I'm liking it.
Thank you. Thank you so
Uh,
much. My
uh,
honor.
Then you don't have to thank me. Thank you. Yeah. Maria, you haven't heard Maria, but Maria is too. Yeah, we've done that. So are you in Istanbul? But the right so on Sunday, if anyone's available, Sunday in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, we have different things going on. And then Sunday the 16th, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 17, 18, 19, we have a 3-day body class. And in the evening on Monday, we have a day 2 of the 7-week, 7 steps, 7 days play and to play with your communication with you. Yeah. So it is a pleasure, a pleasure. If you require anything, you have, we will come again. Yes?
Oh, that's perfect. Miss Serap has a question for us. Would you like to receive her?
Of course.
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm open now.
Um, hey, she's there. Hello. Merhaba, merhaba.
Yes, let's listen to you again. How can I be in communication with my body?
Take your hand, pull it up. You feel your hand? Yes? Yeah? You feel your fingers? Yeah? Yeah? Are you breathing? Mhm. Now, touch anywhere. A lot of times when we try to touch our heart, we don't feel the beat. So you can touch anywhere first, like here, and see if you can count the beats that you feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's just a way of playing. That's what we do with the 7 steps. It's a way of playing with instead of, oh, I've got to be, so present. Oh, I've got to really, it's so much easier for us to be connected with others, but just to play, with the beat. And you are present with you. In that it's a really small book, um, easy, simple, but profound. And the step one of the seven steps book is about, it's called Show Me the Magic. And I talk about when I was in my 20s in New York, with my first husband. And I wanted to get some spirituality. So I went to the seaside and I was swimming. I was already so present and so in the ocean and with, older women and men who were swimming. And then after I finished that, I sat down and I was trying to be, spiritual. There's so many ways that we're already connected with our bodies. And if we're willing to recognize it, darling, when we're breathing, you cannot breathe wrong, right? And when we are feeling the pulse, and when we're looking in the mirror, instead of looking at, all of this stuff, look at your eyes, beyond the eyes, into the eyes, and see how it shows up for each and every one of us, right? See how it shows up when you actually acknowledge the connection. Like for me, my breathing changes. Sometimes there might be a tear, not of sadness, right? Sometimes there might be a laughter. It might be different every day, but it's quite interesting to see what you know about you. Does that make sense, darling? Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So who
Yes, I really understand you. I feel like it's seeing my true essence and to be fully immersed and let myself go through the totality of who I am.
exactly? And let me just tell you one thing. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I got my bars, I think, the first time, like 22 years ago. I didn't get anything, right? And then I took my friend from Boston. She was being abused by her husband. I flew her to Florida. And I said, this girl's gonna put her hands on your head and you're gonna get, you're gonna stop crying. She was crying, crying. We flew, she was crying. She got on the table after 5 minutes of crying for 48 hours. She started laughing. And I was like, oh. And my girlfriend said to me, would you like me to give it to you again, the bars? And I was like, well, okay, that's fine. Finally, since somebody else, right, was I was able to take care of someone else, then I was willing to receive me. And I got on the table, and after 5 minutes, I finally got, oh, those bars expanded my zone, right? But I was being, dominant. I was like, okay, zone, don't, don't diminish. Keep the zone open. Keep the zone open. I'm just saying this to you. Let me go back. What you're feeling now, it might diminish, like the bars, like the zone, whatever. But it might feel like it's diminished. But that's because not only do we feel the expansion, but we have expanded. So it doesn't feel like the expansion is bigger because we're bigger and we can get even bigger again. I'll explain that a little better. But once we shift and change, take a few moments, a few hours, even a couple of days to enjoy it. Because after a couple of days, it'll feel normal to you because it's who you are and who you be. Yeah. So enjoy, be enjoy. We got to figure out a way to say that in Turkish. Yeah, yeah. And you're looking good, Mamacita. You got a nice vibration. You got a good vibration. Rastaman vibration, yeah. And I wanna go. I am on vibration, yeah. Mwah. I hope to see you somewhere. Where do you live? Konya.
I'm not Turkey.
I know
I'm a
Turkey.
practitioner of access.
Yes, cool. You don't have to practice access. You can be access. I don't do access. I be access.
I'm also a nurse at the same time.
Yes, cool. My mom was a nurse. Amazing. Amazing. Gift to the world. And I was working with in India with a lot of doctors come to the 3-day body classes because the way they have to do in hospitals things is not always the energy of it. So really I work with a lot of nurses and doctors for medical doctors on how they don't have to, when they're in the our office, they can just give, and it's not just for doctors, and they can just give one advice to someone after they give the conversation, the structure that the person is waiting for. They can always say, and if you're interested, there is just one conversation, just one sentence. And this is what Gary said years ago. One sentence and see if the person wants to hear it. Sometimes they'll say, oh, no, 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 I'm going to take that other information you gave me. Great. If you have any questions, let me know. If you give them that one sentence here, you can take this pill and you can take this and you can do this and this and that. And if you'd like to play with something, you can actually also do an expansion and energy flow. And if they say, oh, energy flow? What is that? Boom, you got them. If they say, okay, thank you, I'll take these pills now. They might come back after 2 days or 2 hours and ask you about it. And maybe not. That's okay. There's no obligation. No obligation. Yeah. Your kitty's a vibe. When you are connected with you and you're in line with the vibration, the animals. That's the sixth step, right? The expand your zone and connect with your furry and invisible friends. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, if you'd like to check it out, how's that work for you, Miss Gaze? Yeah?
Well, for me, it's been this radical change that I'm going to talk about right now. Well, I had just given my letter of resignation right after my first bars that I had to take. And I sincerely had no plan at all for life. And for the past 4 or 5 years, I have been proceeding very pleasantly and with the great joy my different work that I've been doing with Access. And of course, naturally, as a humanoid, I have 10 other projects happening simultaneously in my life.
You need 10. You have to have 10. Minimum
Yeah.
10.
At least 10. And when I was thinking, what can I do now? I thought to myself, well, what if I just went back to my university studies? Should I go into another exam? Of course, I was 30 years old when I asked this question to myself. And little did I know that with gerçek çalış, study real, study true, that I passed my exam entirely. Because I entered the exam, I put down my bars, and I expanded myself. And I won a position into a very prestigious school for physiotherapy. And now, of course, I ask myself, how can it be better than this? Because I get to work with the body every day. And that's why I can understand that it is a very this 3-day course for the body is really important to can you repeat again? The 3-day body class is just the best way to get in connection with the body in many different dimensions, in unexplainable ways. Because even my body knew it wasn't just that I could do for the rest of my life. And whenever I got into communication with my body, and my body just went ahead and said, hey, there's something else for us to play. There's something else for us to explore. And here I would love to communicate this to you. There are 60 people right now, at least from different places of Turkey and different places from the world. And light and easy about attending any one of these classes with Kass. I personally will do whatever I can to make this of ease for you. If you need a place to stay, or for your transportation to the classes, or if you have any questions or any issues, things that you are curious about or things stuck on your head, and with all of my sincerity that I am willing and absolutely present and here for you right now to answer your questions and to make this more accessible for you, because I personally know what effect it can have. And I also am very curious to see what else it can offer for all of us. I believe in it.
I was just about to say that. She was saying it's not just about you. that she's talking. It's about if you're able to come and willing to be your magic, then that will be a contribution to my magic. And that's what she just said. How does it get? How does it get? How does it get any better than that? How does it get? How does it get? How does it get any better than that? How does it get any better than that? And we have some, yeah, some gifts also to play with. Yeah, with you. That's lovely. And I met this lifetime I was born in the US, but I know in other lifetimes I was born in Turkey. I felt when I first went there, I felt at home. Yeah. So where were you born in other lifetimes? And who are you now? And what grand and glorious adventure are you willing to have? Is now the time. Awesome. Awesome. Delicious and delightful. Thank you. I want to thank you, lovely Julia, for shining your light on me. Maria Alicia, for being the transitional leads. Miss Disha from India, who came back today too. How does it get any better to be with these people? Oh, my thanks to you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thank you so
Yes,
much,
you,
Cass.
oh,
You create such a space for us. Oh, it's
yes,
just so delicious.
delicious and delightful. This, that's what I always say. And you being here with you is going to be a great contribution to my husband because I'm now going to go have dinner with him. And my vibe will be good. How does it get? So yeah.
How could it get better than that? Oh, yeah, game
So
on. We love to play.
exactly. So when we play and we're together, let's see who and what shows up for you in your life. Ah,
Oh,
oh,
right. It's going to have more fun.
she-
I like this challenge. Bring it on.
yes, that's amazing.
Delicious. Thank you so
And I love
much.
that
Thank
she's
you
when
so
she
much,
speaks
Cass.
English, she just doesn't speak English, she speaks American. Alicia. Yeah. Well, she could have been. Yes, I wish I'm sorry I didn't get Sahide. We've been always singing together that Hashikurin, hi, da, 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 da.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yes, you're honoring. Yes. All right. So
How
we
can it
don't,
get better than that? Yes, ma'am.
yes, and we don't want to we won't leave, but we will flow.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Any other questions? Yeah.
Doesn't seem so. I'm looking, but it doesn't seem so. All right. Everybody. Oh,
Okay.
everyone is wishing their thanks and they're writing on the chat and
Oh,
they're expressing their gratitude and their appreciation.
how do we get so lucky? That's a gift.
Oh, I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for being here and to share this presence in this moment and this consciousness. How could it be better than this?
I want to thank you, everyone, for shining your light on me. That's awesome. Okay. So
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Okay. I'll see you. And yeah, so we will and in 2 days I think you have another one or something. And so we will anything that comes up, please let us know. Okay? All right. Yes. It's nice to have a couple of words or one or two words in different languages, right? And I always remember how to say thank you in Japanese. Japanese, thank you, arigato gozaimasu. When I was in Japan several times, arigato gozaimasu. But shukran, afwan. Yeah, so thank you. Hola, hola. Merci. Merci is in French. Grazie in Italian. Any word. It doesn't have to be a right word or a wrong word, but yeah. And playing with that and see what shows up. See what shows up. Yeah. Okay. We will stop the recording. 1, 2, 3.